Welcome. This video will introduce you to the XcelApp API. It's a very brief video just to give you an idea of how you code JavaScript in your HTML5 app to take advantage of the XcelApp Hybrid API. Hybrid API allows you to access native device functions directly from JavaScript, whether that's location services such as GPS, accelerometers, so on and so forth, to intercepting SMS messages even in JavaScript, and sending SMS messages silently in JavaScript, and also using Google's in-app billing, all from JavaScript. So by using XcelApp, you can actually enhance your application and your user experience. So this video is just a short introduction into that. So we can see here, this actual screen is coming from the demo app, and this is just a small sample from the dialogues part of the demo. So we're going to see a few things. We're going to see the OK Cancel dialogue, some progress dialogues, and a slider to see how that works in JavaScript. So we can see here OK Cancel on the screen. If I just go back to my HTML, we can see here it is right here. So when I tap that, the show OK Cancel is actually going to be invoked. If I go into my my demo JavaScript file, we can see here that when I tap that, show OK Cancel is going to be invoked, and I'm going to use the show OK Cancel API, xa.showOKCancel, and I've got a title, I've got a message, I've got a callback for OK and a callback for cancel. Now callbacks are extremely important in Android because a fundamental design point of Android is to keep the UI very responsive. So what happens, as soon as you issue an API or something, you return immediately to Android. This is not something you need to worry about, of course, in your app. It's just to illustrate. You immediately return to Android, and when that API or event finishes, then you call back into, in this case, your JavaScript code to handle that particular event or API return code or values, right? So when I press OK on the emulator there, it's going to actually come in here. It's going to show the dialog, and when I click OK or cancel, it's going to come to these functions. Let's just take a look at that. So I just clicked on it. Here we have, you can see right here, example usage, do you want to quit, etc. When I press OK, it's going to go back to my OK callback and put up an alert. And you can see here's xa.alert. That's our API for alerts. Now, again, what you're really using here is the native look and feel and native performance, and you get the native performance out of that, of course. And again, there's no reason for you to write anything to do with these kind of dialogues, whether it be OK Cancel, progress, sliders, you name it. Use XcelApp and you get the benefit right away of having the native look and feel, and again, not having to write any code other than just one or two lines in here, right? So I pressed OK, OK was clicked, looks good. Let's just do it for cancel. Let's click on this again. Do you want to quit? This time I cancel was clicked. Okay, fair enough. Let's take a look at some progress dialogues, a little bit more involved. Just go down here. The same sort of idea. When I click on progress dialog, it's going to come in here and say show progress bar. We have a title, we have a message, and we give it the maximum value of this progress bar. I've got the value of the progress bar here. I'm setting it to 0, and then I'm calling a JavaScript function for the demo purposes, just say an update progress bar, passing it the value. Here's the update progress bar function. It takes a value, and if the value equals 100, I'm going to use our API to actually hide the progress bar. Otherwise, I increment it, and I set that value, and then I have a little function in here, fired every 100 milliseconds. It's just gonna call update progress bar again with the incremented value, and again until when that reaches 100, we then hide it. Let's see how this works. Progress dialog, and again this is all Android native look and feel invoked by one line of JavaScript. So you get this kind of result, you get this kind of performance, approaching 100, and it will hide. There we go. Very good. Now let's show another type of progress. This is an indeterminate progress. This is what you use perhaps in a network operation when you don't know how long things are going to take. And in our XML HTTP equivalent from XcelApp, we use this to wait for network operations to complete. Okay. So when I click on the indeterminate button, we're going to just show progress this time. This dialog will show for 5 seconds. And all I've got in here, I've just set a little timeout. So when 5 seconds elapse, we're going to hide it. Let's take a look at that. There we are. Again, native look and feel. After 5 seconds, it shall hide. Straightforward enough. Now, let's just take a look at slider. Let's just go down to our slider code here. Just going to scroll down to it. Here we are. So when we click on slider, we just say show slider. Again, very simple. It's really one line of code. We give it, the range is 0 to 100. We're giving the slider the maximum value of 100. And what happens, the slider callback here is every time the slider changes value, this function will be invoked. And when the user closes it, this function gets invoked. It'll put up an alert just saying what the final value was. Let's give that a try. So keep in mind, one line of code does this. So let's just move the slider back and forth. You can see it's changing values over there. And when the user's happy with the value, let's say here, 26, clicks OK, which means this function here is going to be called. There we are. The final value is 26 because every time the value changed, I stored it. Okay, so that's just a very brief intro to the XcelApp API. We have close to 50 APIs that you can use directly from JavaScript to access the device. You can build things like speedometers, GPS, compasses, and all kinds of things. And so it's a very extensive API you can use directly from JavaScript. And again, there's no need for you to worry about how do you write that kind of code. All you really need to worry about is calling the API and handling the results. Okay, so please take a look at some of our other videos. In particular, the in-app purchasing. This is something that, once you use XcelApp to build your native APK, you can then upload that to the Play Store, and because of that you can then use in-app billing, meaning you can sell your application or subscriptions, and again it's a very elegant solution to in-app billing. And also we have something we call Record My App, which is again a very, very elegant solution to debugging, in a sense where a user can actually record the application to a video, including audio, and email it to you. So if there's ever any issues with your application, you get a video from the user. So please check that out, and I thank you for your time.